Hi there, you're at the Polkadot Wyckoff analysis session. So quickly we'll look into the charts both weekly and daily and see what the latest price moves are telling us. Here we're first looking at the weekly chart, and I've updated the chart a bit so you see these rainbow colors. They are the resistance and support lines. So in future whenever I refer to these, hopefully it's easier for everybody to notice what price points we are talking about and where those lines are. So last week I've already drawn this line. This slope over here is basically the upward trend over the past few weeks. As of this moment, even though we are seeing a deeper or a longer red candle coming downwards, it's still above this upward trend line. So hopefully the price doesn't come and poke through the line and close below it. If it doesn't close below, there's still it's still a positive trend upwards, as well as this triangle over here. That's an ascending triangle we're seeing. So if it continues to bounce within this triangle, textbook theory for candlesticks pattern, ascending triangle is a bullish sign. So ideally it should move towards the 5.2 mark we talked about multiple weeks ago. So this is the first level it should test, much like what happened in the sign of strength during early May, as well as the automatic rally back in late February. Once it's past this level, hopefully it won't track back much, and then it will head to another buying climax. So one reference point would be what happened back in here. It's actually June 2023, so almost 2 years ago, because the last accumulation cycle in 2024 was pretty short-lived, and there weren't much I would say there's still some references. You can still put in the text over there, but like we're just putting in there, but you're not seeing the full stretch of it. While the 2023 cycle, we see better features. So after the sign of strength, there was retracement to another test, as well as a spring, much deeper test over there. This time, we haven't seen the spring yet. I hope we don't see it, but it can still happen. So it's like it's heading for another test, but I hope it's a test that's staying above this yellow upward trend line instead of like going deeper. So if I draw something exactly like last time, it was a downward leg and then upward a little and then a bit of retracement, much like what we are seeing right now. Yeah, so hopefully it stops right above this yellow line. If it doesn't, if it comes down to the white, and I hope it doesn't go as low as this point, because whenever it bounces up from the white, that's also better than that. However, even if a spring happens, it can still lead to another buying climax. Whether it can come to the same level that closes around this purple line of $10.3, that's another story, and we're still far from it. If we look at it, it takes from like 140 days, this one 28 days, so somewhere between 1 month to 3.5 months. That not even 3.5, 4.5 months, that can happen over that period of time. So we hope we don't have to wait that long for the price to go from this point to the new buying climax. That's the best case scenario. However, if it really follows the Wyckoff pattern, it's going to come anyway in future. So as of this moment, this price level, if the project is still healthy, then I won't be too worried about where it's heading to. So daily chart. Daily chart, last time we say, hey, is the price heading all the way to the buying climax? And it says, hey, no, right after the day, or right on the day we had our last session, the candlestick poked through the upward trend line that I've drawn last time. So it did not happen, or like it happened at this point, at a much lower point, right at the green resistance line instead of going to the orange resistance. So this green is a lower level resistance within the daily time frame. So that's where it was, and the price fought deep through this orange support line at the daily level. Right now, if I adjust the line, it's pausing at where the preliminary support was. The preliminary support was the period between, or the week, the 4 to 5 days during mid-June. Mid-June time over here, you see currently we're at that point as well. So yesterday and today the price has been hovering about this orange line over here. Like I said earlier, we hope it doesn't come back down to the white line, but looking at what's happening right now, that's an LPSY in the daily. This one's supposed to be an automatic, I shouldn't copy this, I don't have to type if I copy this one. This was the automatic reaction from the buying climax, and here we can consider this a second test, or even an LPSY, because it has come down to the accumulation level, very close to the accumulation level already. So right now what we're seeing may well be a preliminary support, and what's next could be a selling climax. So let's mark it here. If it ever bounces, well, so it doesn't enter an accumulation cycle. If it bounces, that means that's only a sign of weakness. So I'll put in here, is it an SOW or is it an PS right now? Because in daily, the cycles can finish very quickly. So if it bounces up, then that's a sign of weakness, and we'll see another test near the pink line. But like I said, this trend has already broken. The way it can still go or head towards higher price in the daily is when this, like I said, the weekly, this one going to bounce up, and that's where in the daily we see this upward trend going through the pink line and maybe testing the orange as well, synchronizing with what's here on the weekly. Then in the daily chart, we'll call that an upthrust. So that's how it works when we combine the two levels and analyze together. So there are three things we are waiting for the chart to show us. While higher tendency, hopefully if it follows this upward trend and like breaking outside of these triangles, that's like a backup and last point of support coming and heading all the way to the buying climax. That's a positive case, most positive case. And here it will head to an upthrust and even upthrust of the distribution in daily. So there won't be any selling climax, it's not an accumulation cycle. Scenario 1. Scenario 2 is in the weekly, it comes down further and finds support somewhere at the white support line at around $3.46-45. I hope it doesn't go as low as $3.16. So in the daily, it will exhibit a behavior reaching the white line or somewhere between the white and the orange to show us the selling climax, and that means essentially where we are now is around the preliminary support level, and that starts another accumulation before it goes up. So that's scenario 2. So let's see in the next few days, especially like this week and next, whether the price will stay above this upward trend line and break above these resistance, and then we'll eventually see this distribution cycle. Is it continuing, or has it finished and enter a new accumulation cycle? So that's for